I have always been simultaneously awed and terrified by tsunamis. I mean, I have nightmares about them. It's kind of like my tornado thing, but that's for another video. Today we're going to stick with tsunamis. And you might be wondering, why in the hell is she talking about tsunamis? Hang on. So because I am so terrified of tsunamis, of course, like a weirdo, I obsessively watch shows and movies about things with big waves. So The Perfect Storm, watch that all the time, one of my favorite movies. Big wave surf shows. I love big wave surf shows. And it occurred to me, I was watching some of these big wave surf shows, and these insanely brave people, or batshit crazy people, depending on how you look at it, they have figured out how to survive falling off of these huge waves and being held underwater by thousands of pounds of pressure of water on top of them, and yet they still manage to survive. Do you know how? It's because they practice. They practice and they develop coping mechanisms to deal with what they should do when they fall off those waves. These surfers study best practices, so they don't drown. That makes a great connection to what we should be doing in our grief journey. We need to prepare ahead of time. We need to learn the skills to survive through our grief. So that's what I'm going to be asking you to think about today. And the way that we're going to do that is by talking about what I call a healthy living library. I'm an English teacher, so I picked that. Sometimes it's called something like a grief toolbox, but we're going to go with the healthy living library because I like libraries, because I'm an English teacher. So here we go. What is a healthy living library? It's basically a library of coping skills that helps support you so that you don't drown in your grief. See what I did there? It works best if you create your own library as you go along on your grief journey, because it really should be tailored to things that you enjoy and things that you find work for you. But I will include an example of mine for you so that you can kind of see a completed healthy living library. I do have a printout of that if you would like to print it out. I'll leave the link to my website where I have that document in the description below, so feel free to download mine or just grab a sheet of paper and start making a list as I talk about some things, and then come up with your own stuff to add to it. So what's going to go in your healthy living library, like I said, are coping skills. So it's going to be a variety of things that you can use for a bunch of different situations. I have used my healthy living library list when I'm having a panic attack, when my thoughts are just going crazy and I'm ruminating and I can't stop thinking negative things. I kind of look at my list and try to distract myself with something that is on there. You can use your list when you are feeling super lonely. I've done that too. I mean, we all know that loneliness is a huge part of grief because no one really understands. You can be surrounded in a room full of people, but still feel like you're the only person in the room because of what you are going through. So this list can help for times like that, when you just need to find something to do to kind of stem those thoughts of loneliness. It's basically like a means of distraction when you are having a particularly bad grief day or grief moment. So healthy living libraries can include a variety of things, but a lot of times the ideas are, different categories. So you have creative categories. These would be things like drawing or coloring, cooking a meal, listening to a favorite song or a playlist that you have ready to go. It could be social things like phoning or texting a friend. If you're me, it's texting because I never phone a friend. It's an introvert thing. Hate talking on the phone. It could be physical things like going out for a walk, just doing like 10 jumping jacks or push-ups just to kind of get your heart pumping and moving and distracting you from whatever it is that you're thinking. It could be something more emotional, like writing a journal entry or writing a letter to someone. It could be spiritual if you are into that. So it could be like meditating or doing yoga, something like that. Or it can be something more practical, like folding laundry. It's not the most fun thing in the world, but it kind of gives you something to do. It could be watching your favorite TV show. It could be creating a meal plan for the week to come. So there are a ton of different things that you could have on this list. But the thing is, and I know some of them seem kind of silly, like, well, why do I have to put that down on a list, like folding laundry or listening to music? Because, you know, if you've ever had one of those grief ambushes when something sneaks up on you and just gets you and it feels like there's a hole in your heart, or you're just overwhelmed with loneliness and you feel like no one else gets it, it's really, really nice to have it written down for you and just there that you can go and look at the list and be like, you know what, boom, okay, I'm going to try that right now and see if that works. With our brain fog, our grief fog that we have going on, it's nice to have things in black and white, just right in front of your face. Once you have your list created, it's best to hang it somewhere that is really visible, that you see a lot of the time, or you could even take a picture and have it on your phone so it is easy access in case you are out of your house. The key here, which I've said before, but I'm going to say it again, is to pick things that you would actually enjoy and that you would actually like doing, because it's meant to be a respite from whatever difficult thoughts you are having at the moment. So I'm just going to read a few things from my list that I like to do. Again, doesn't mean you have to do these things. Create your list for yourself. But these are just healthy coping mechanisms that I've found that can help redirect me. So in particular, I like things like watching TV shows or movies because I feel like they tend to get my brain somewhere else. Same thing with audiobooks. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I listen to ASMR. I do something called box breathing, which I did talk about in another video, but it's basically picturing a box and then breathing in and out for a count of 4. So you like breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hold it 2, 3, 4, breathe out 2, 3, 4, and hold it 2, 3, 4. And you actually picture the box in your mind because it helps you redirect your attention to the act of tracing the box while you're breathing. Text family members, take a shower, which is, you know, seems kind of weird, but a lot of times I'll listen to audiobooks while I'm in the shower, and showers tend to be relaxing for me. Doing word searches, taking a nap if I'm tired, writing in a journal. For me, cooking and baking is a huge one. I actually just made, I'm going to show you, hold on. I'm back. I just made this morning these banana mini chocolate chip muffins. They are so good. Ugh. Maybe I'll leave the recipe below. If you want the recipe, comment, and maybe I'll put it in the comments. But oh my gosh. Moist and delicious. I'm a baker at heart, so I love baking stuff to distract me. Okay, got distracted there. So what else is on my list? Cleaning. I know that might not seem like something fun, but for me, that is something that makes me feel like I am accomplishing something. If my house isn't clean, I'm always very anxious. So cleaning, and when I get angry, does anyone else feel like that? When I get angry, I clean like crazy. It's like rage cleaning or something, but yeah, I tend to do that, and it's on my list. Clean something, find something to clean. Going outside just to take a quick walk around my neighborhood. Planning meals, I kind of already talked about that. Watching YouTube videos, obviously I'm on YouTube, so I do that quite a bit. So yeah, there are a ton of different things. Again, I'm not going to read my entire list to you because it's there. You can look at it if you want to, but create your own list of things that you enjoy doing that you can just take a quick look if you're having a shitty day and have at it. Distract yourself. Please make sure that everything on your list is healthy. So you're not going to see like taking a bunch of shots on my list, because that is not a healthy way of coping with whatever miserable feelings that you are having. That is the kind of thing that will hold you underwater and you won't be able to surface because you're just numbing your feelings with something that's not healthy. So we want to keep all of these ideas healthy coping mechanisms. Okay, so hopefully you found that helpful. Again, feel free to download my list that is linked in the description if you would like it. Otherwise, just grab a piece of paper, create your own. I also did want to mention that I am kind of revamping my newsletter. It used to be just an update of things that I kind of posted and videos that I made throughout the month, but I'm going to try to be adding some more original content in there and maybe even links to some behind the scenes videos and things like that. So if you would like to get on my newsletter list, I'm also going to leave a link in the description. Feel free to sign up for that and get that kind of extra behind the scenes stuff that other people aren't getting. Just another way to support my channel. I really appreciate you guys. If you found this video helpful, I would love, love, love if you could give it a like and subscribe and comment. It always helps the algorithm, so gets my video out there to more people. I appreciate all of you. Mwah. Sending love and hugs as always, and I will see you guys next week.